Jeff mentioned the infotainment speakers. And to hear some of those infotainment speakers speak to other religions is frankly an embarrassment in our country. When religions have their own diversity, their own beauty, their own belief system, their own sanctity, who is one of them to criticize, as is the case so often in this country, a Muslim religion as being somehow a different or a religion that fosters violence, when we know that is not true. And so the ability for mental models to coexist in one's own mind, to acknowledge the benefit of one type of art or another type of art, one type of music, another type of music, one type of belief system or another. These are all important aspects in the world of mental models. And it is the ability to balance and manage multiple mental models that is critical for 21st century leadership. Let me come down to the most basic of all, and that is the integrity that a leader brings to what it is that he or she leads. The integrity of person, the integrity of values, the integrity of mental models that work, the integrity of one's own authenticity. These personal qualities, ladies and gentlemen, are essential for 21st century leaders, and they were missing too often, so often, in 20th century leaders. Let me close on a final note. The fourth area that distinguishes the 21st century from any previous century in the leadership model of the future is the ability to lead sustainability and social responsibility simultaneously with everything else that must be led. We have but one world. We have but one atmosphere. We have but one body of water connected to many different parts of the world called our ocean. We use plural, but it's all interconnected. The atmosphere is interconnected. The human race is interconnected. The sustainability of this earth and the peoples on it has never been more at risk in the view of tens of thousands of experts who study this. And the social responsibility associated with sustainability uniquely defines the 21st century. There is no question but what the abuse of this earth in the 20th century is and was not sustainable. As a senator and I discussed the disappearing wetlands in Louisiana to Senator Landrieu, what we knew in the 1950s and the 1960s about the interaction of the wetlands and the sea was a lot less than we know now. And the regulations that exist today in that energy patch are such that there can be a compatible coexistence of development and the wetlands. But what was done in practice in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s have led, unfortunately, although the regulations were followed, to a very high-risk situation of perhaps permanent loss of wetlands. We didn't know what we didn't know at the time. We know it now. In the future, the lesson learned is how do we anticipate what it takes to both have a growing and successful economic well-being of the world and at the same time manage and caretake the earth on which we live and the peoples with whom we share this earth. So sustainability and social responsibility in material, manageable ways will define the 21st century leader unlike any other time in the past. And when decisions are made to go to war, and when decisions are made to invest by corporations, and when decisions are made by county governments or city governments, those decisions made by those leaders, and we, the people who put them in office, must take into account the social and the environmental consequences of whatever decisions those leaders make. We screwed it up in the last century, sometimes not knowingly. Sometimes we probably did know. But the 21st century cannot afford a repeat of the 20th century if we can achieve what the Gulen Institute stands for, and that is the highest human values. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you.